Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. This is Architect Ricky Doshi, once again, your very own guide to personalized interiors. Continuing further on our residential interior design series, today's topic of discussion is how to design an interior layout. For reference, you can take the measurement plan that you must have drafted looking at my previous video, how to take measurement plans, or you can take any other plan as reference. Layout is commonly referred to as a furniture plan or just a floor plan, is a horizontal section taken through the floor considering a height of 5 feet. Well, in simpler terms, layout is a mere representation of spacing, orientation, and flow of movement with regards to furniture. It seems to be a very simple task, just placing furniture, but there are many hidden factors that need to be considered, and most of us very rarely do that. So, I'm going to be listing down all those factors which I feel are essential and need to be considered or at least kept in mind while designing the layout for a better outcome. I shall be discussing these factors in detail either by giving examples or a live demonstration for you to understand the logic behind them. Thus, I'll be dividing this video into two parts so that you understand everything in detail without feeling rushed into it. Please keep the following things handy so that we can go through the process of design together. First of all, we'll need a printout of the floor plan. I prefer it on an A3 size sheet, but for some reason if you can't take it out on an A3 sheet, even A4 is fine. Secondly, you require tracing paper, so it comes in a roll form or even in a sheet form. And thirdly, regular stationery like a pencil, eraser, a scale, some colored sketch pens or highlighters. Zoning. This is the first step and by far the most crucial one when you start with the design process of a layout. Zoning basically means dividing or assigning different spaces as per its function. For example, in a floor layout, you need to assign spaces such as where your living room would be, where your dining would be, where your kitchen would be, where your bedroom is, etc. etc. While it may seem to be quite an insignificant step, since the floor plan that you have has already been assigned these places, but I would still recommend you to go ahead with this step because at times you may get an idea which is very different from what is being given in the floor plan, an idea that would suit your needs and your functions. So let's start with the zoning process here. I'll just put my piece of tracing paper on this part. The first thing we should do is just try to trace out the peripheral edges of the floor plan so that we know what area we are looking at. So now when we think of the zoning part on this thing, you enter from here, you have your dining area over here, the living room is on this side, the kitchen is over here, this passage leads to the master bedroom, it also leads to the master toilet, the entrance passage leads to the second bedroom over here, which over here it leads to the attached toilet to the second bedroom. And we have a powder toilet or a common toilet which is common to people who are sitting in the dining or living room. So when we start with the zoning process, more or less this seems to be pretty well sorted out. The only glitch is that I don't want my dining area to be here. I probably can just shift it to this corner on this side. So I get a wider passage which can lead to the dining area and to the living area. There's more space to walk around. I'll use a colored pen over here. So from the entrance foyer, this is my entrance foyer, and this is the passage that has been created. So now that we see the entrance foyer and this passage, when you club these two together, it acts as a common passage area to the dining, to the living, kitchen. The kitchen needs access to the dining, which is what we are getting on this side. This passage leads to the master bedroom. Now this is very important when you talk about this particular passage that we have got here. Some people might think it's a waste of space, but I think it is a necessary space because it provides privacy to the master bedroom. So when we look into the next clip, where we are orienting and putting the furniture in this particular plan, you will understand that this passage is of utmost importance. Again, this passage is leading to the powder toilet, which is a common toilet, and the entrance foyer, which is a part of this passage, is leading to the second bedroom as well. So for all the functions in the house, we have this common area. So the zoning, the movement, the flow of the movement is going to be something like this. It is going to be absolutely hassle-free. Zoning is a key process that will act as a guide or a benchmark to the rest of the steps, making the process of design more simplified and providing you with a lot more clarity. So now that you have zoning in place and to your liking, it's time to start placing furniture. If you do not know about the sizes of the furniture blocks, you need not worry. Right now, just sketch it to the best of your ability. And if you want to know about the sizes, you can always go on to any of the search engines and just type the name of the furniture and all the sizes will just come. Planning the furniture layout may seem to be a fun and an easy task, but for some people, the challenge arises about the positioning once they've actually placed the furniture. A situation arises when you start feeling something isn't right about the positioning. We will avoid such situations at the initial planning stage by orienting the furniture blocks the right way. Now let's discuss the orientation of the furniture plan in this particular area. So as we see, we've done the zoning on this part. In the previous clip, you must have seen how we did the zoning. So now this is where the directions that we took during our measurement plan comes into play. The north for this plan is something like this. So when you give all four side directions, you get north, south, east and west. I hope you can view it properly. I'll just use a sketch pen instead. North, south, west, east. As we know, the path of the sun is from east, south and west. It rises in the east, from south it goes to the west. So this is the area, this is the direction when you get harshest sunlight. It's here between this particular part, south and southwest, afternoon and evening. So this patch is particularly quite dangerous. So as we can see, luckily for us in this plan, it goes like this, the sun. So placing furniture becomes that much easier. When we enter, we have our dining area. As you must have noticed in the zoning, we have moved the dining from this part to this part. So for a 2 BHK, standard is a 4-seater or a 4-seater table. So we can go for something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 seater dining table. This being the north window over here, so throughout the day there is not going to be any harsh sunlight. So this wall is particularly good to place your TV unit so that there is no reflection on the TV when you're sitting. This could be a nice comfortable sitting couch position. You can have an L-shaped sofa here and a single sofa on this side. So the viewing angle of the TV is something like this. Since the orientation of kitchen is over here, the entry is right at the center. So we can give 2 platforms on either side. Going into the master bedroom, as we had last discussed, that this particular passage is the common passage to all the rooms. So when we enter the master bedroom, you get that sense of privacy. So we can have the bed either on this side or on the other side. I would prefer it on this side because from here, at least when you enter the passage, you can see the bed. But now when you enter from here, the bed is not seen directly, which adds to more privacy. You can have two side tables here. This wall is ideal to have wardrobes. So we can have two wardrobes over here. This wall, we can have the TV unit, along with it a study table maybe, and an extra chair for the master bedroom, a chair and a small center table, a private seating. Going into the bathroom, you enter from here. The most practical solution I see is to have a sink here, a WC here, and a shower area over here. So this passage is created for all the different functions, from basin, WC to the shower area. When we enter the second bedroom, you enter from this side. Again, for privacy's sake, I would like to give my bed maybe on this side so that it's not directly seen when you enter, when you're standing over here and the door opens like this. The bed is not directly seen. This particular wall is good for wardrobe storage, so that you get enough space as well, enough movement space from the bed. You can have two side tables on this side, and since we have a bit of a crunch on this wall, but still it is good enough to have a small TV unit on this side. And I think they have given a window over here. So this part is a window for this particular bedroom. Talking about the toilet, again you enter from here. So you can have like a basin here, a WC here, and a shower area over here. So this entire passage is created for all the different functions. Going into the powder toilet, you don't need, in the powder toilet, you usually have a basin and a WC. So when you enter, you can probably give a WC over here and a basin over here. So the WC is not seen when you open the door. In this particular passage, as we see, I'm sorry about the scaling over here, it's going to be something like this, the sitting. So as you see, you have all this free movement space. So thus, spacing and orientation is a big success in this plan. In short, the orientation process, when done correctly and during the initial phase of the design, will save you a lot of laborious hassle work of moving and changing of furniture once it's already been installed. I'll be discussing the rest of the factors in part 2 of this video topic. Till then, I would recommend you to get started with these two factors and at least get started with the process of layout design. Please feel free to write your queries in the comment section below, and I shall try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you liked what you saw, please click the like button and also do share it with your friends, families and acquaintances. It will help me to reach out to a larger audience and share my knowledge about residential interior design. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon along with it so that you get a notification whenever I post a new video on YouTube. Until the next video, stay healthy, stay safe.